Okay, it looks like we are back online. Thank you for bearing with that. That's the second time that has happened today, and that is totally unprecedented. Aside from this stream. And that it seems like we've had a sudden power cut that was somehow restricted to my monitor and to my internet equipment, like my Wi-Fi router and so on. But for some reason, it's not affecting anything else. Like everything else with our recording setup, computer, Nintendo Switch, etc., like everything has been perfectly operational. And so we've had just some kind of like very limited brownout for some reason that has taken down the stream twice tonight. I think there are thunderstorm conditions in the area and that there's some electrical disruption going on. If it is something that is really serious and persists and is at risk of damaging equipment, obviously we're going to stop the stream. For now, I think we had a pretty successful resumption last time, and I'll just stay with it for the time being, since we are continuing this chapter and at a very sweet little point in the coffee shop where we can kick back, relax, and get our heads back into this. So, once again, everybody who did stay past the disconnection, thank you so much. I know that's always a bit of a tall order when I mysteriously vanish. But as the Toad says, you haven't lived until you've seen Kamek work his non-literal magic with a broom, so it would have been such a shame to see this scene in the secret coffee shop interrupted. Well, yeah, it looks like we have an increasingly cooperative society. Oh, his latte. And look at the service. Just the quality of the service. Yeah, like these toads suddenly realize that they have access to indentured staff. Really starting to get the idea that having an army of minions was something that Bowser had right all along. Okay. I'd better save. Okay. And of course, it's going to have, as I run around, the original Donkey Kong arcade sound as well. I'm sure that, let me know if it does get irritating or something, but I actually do find it adorable that I have Donkey Kong sound effects. Yeah, the Dry Bones one, that was a lot of fun. So, is Junior going to do some kind of takedown of the sumo bro who's dropping the lightning on us? I think it's a sumo bro. Folded soldier atop that cloud, we must take them out. Let's do it. Junior's going to take us for a ride. Yeah, it looks like it is just good old Super Mario World Sumo. Kind of interesting just how wide a band of the Mario cast this game has drawn on. A lot of Mario enemies that we have rarely seen or not seen much at all in a long time. I was just commenting on that with the Sting Bees that were earlier in this world. Or Sting Bees, just gradually being incorporated as the 3D world generation of Mario creations. Nice to see everything integrated from that all the way back to Yoshi's Island, all the way back to Mario Brothers in the arcade. Like, you really do see a nice cross-section of series history. Yeah, and they are sumos. I mean, I don't think we can go easy on them. I I think that would be a mistake. Interesting that this is going to be a boss layout. Not going to be a regular enemy. Oh, and I love how the on has changed to a no. Okay. I think we actually just need to creep up to them on the side and hammer them. Need to be wary of the lightning. But if we just kind of move this way, lightning should remain in position. That's just going to be a +2 panel. +2 panel, I don't know if it's going to be that interesting. But we'll just do this as a test run to see if my intuitions about the hammer are correct. Ultimately, I think on-off switch is going to be the one that's going to be most useful here in terms of being a priority. But let's just hammer this guy, take him out. We get 2 actions, let's just do both. And that's going to get rid of him? No, no, it's not. Should have actually done a bit more. Yeah. Really getting their revenge for what happened back in Super Mario World Mondo. Okay. That is going to send me down towards this guy here that's holding a fire panel. Assuming that I don't decide to move something else in there instead. Let's pull out a bigger hammer this time. Let's go flashy. I'm gonna go flashy plus standard just to just get a sense of what kind of HP we're dealing with. $27 there. Not enough, actually. Okay, they have pretty big HP pools. We're looking at something upwards of 40, possibly 50. Yeah, should plan around like about 50 HP. Okay, once again, that's going to take me to the on-switch guy. That's perfect. I'd love to really smoke him in the face. We're going to have to go double flashy against this guy. On-switch is a huge priority, so. And we got plenty of hammers in reserve, so not too concerned about that. Missing the excellent input, but that's over 50 damage. That was 54. I think 50 is likely to be your HP pool here. No hearts on the board. Might actually need some mushrooms unless we get into the next phase fairly soon. That's already in position. Yeah, let's just get the fire guy going. I actually don't really need the on switch yet. Let me think about this. Alternatively, down here, that's not going to be right at all. Okay, no. Pathing down to the on switch here is probably fine. We don't want to cross over to the lightning. What we can do is we would want a move that is rightward, perhaps. Like that. That would allow us to punch that guy in the face. Yeah, we get an activation. No, because activating in that order would get us in the way of the turtle move. That's okay. We'll just sacrifice the +1. Okay, so this sumo we haven't actually damaged yet. Let's just get one flashy off on him. Okay, they're weakened. We'll just need to take another round of damage here. Blocking a little bit better on some of these, but still taking a great deal of punishment. However, we are finally getting some replenishment hearts, and that's very, very important. So yeah, that's going to loop all the way around on the outside, which is great. Current path is going to send us to the heart, and we need to move this out of the way. Okay, so it's going to be 2 hearts and punch that guy in the face. Okay, great. That should be great. And yeah, that'll be a sizable replenishment. Going to keep us stable for quite a while longer. This guy's already damaged. We can just go 2 standard hammers, and I think that will probably be enough to do the trick. Oh, whoops. Totally whiffed that, but... okay. Don't need the second one. And these guys are going to rotate in and give us a bit of damage output to deal with. Interesting seeing a different thought process in yours. Okay, interesting. I'll have to ask you about your approach afterwards. Because I am thinking of just claiming all these tiles as soon as possible. And probably using Earth to be able to ground the lightning and also reach the sumos up in the cloud, presumably. So, I mean, Earth could certainly work. In the meantime, though, let's just try to take out all the panels we can. But I am thinking that the Earth panel is the one that we will ultimately be going for. Starting to run a little low on combat panels. Let's just... yeah. Get that in there. And get that in there. Maybe double damage is actually much better here. Don't think we really need anything else, so let's go for that. But yeah, I think it'll be quite fun afterwards when I'm finished to watch other people who are still getting through this content as well on my end. Simply because these are some very flexible fights in terms of how you can learn the pattern. Especially if you're like me and you try to avoid the hint cards. So double damage on a standard hammer I think will be enough on a guy who's already chipped away. Okay, just completely missed the block. Just momentarily distracted here. But yeah, I feel like ground should actually be good for lightning, but I want to take out the last guy just to see if we can clear the board and see if anything happens once we do. In light of that, it looks like we'll be going for something like that. Yeah, that'll get you there directly. We don't want fire. We want really double damage. That will take me all the way around, yes. And this guy's probably replacing the mid-wave elemental battle. That's my sense as well. Because Bowser will be at the end of this, or something involving... no, it'll be the scissors that are at the end of this. Like, the scissors are very clearly the world boss, but... Bowser is currently, of course, being folded and held captive. But I think it's very clear that the scissors have been, you know, snipping the bridge and cutting Bowser Jr. into little pieces, and just generally being very disturbing. And okay, That's going to unlock every available tile. Now we can really think about the pattern flexibility, unless he sends in another wave of minions. Earth is either going to ground the lightning or take them down, or both. Oh, okay, no. He's going to snatch those two panels. That's okay. We can continue to work around this pattern and just recover those panels once more. So Sumo is probably going to launch lightning everywhere. I need to find some way to disable that or get around it. If I had access to Earth, I would still be able to raise myself somehow. The fact that everything is surrounded by lightning makes me a little wary of my ability to hit. But we'll see. I mean, we can try to make an attack. I feel like we're just going to get bitten for that. But yeah, if I get a heart over here, let's just try to recover the earth power. And we'll just go for a single attack. And let's see if it actually allows me to hit. In the worst case, we have a lot of heart replenishment here that will get us with HP back to about 182, I think. 182? Yeah, that is correct. So this guy's surrounded by lightning. I don't know if he actually will be accessible. Try to pelt him with a fire flower or something, but can we reach with the hammer? We'll find out very soon. If we can't, we can't. Oh, interesting. Heavy Thunder is going to just take out the board, it seems. That's fine. Yeah, I feel like I definitely want... Do I want to take him out first, or do I want to do ground first? I think that... Let's ground the lightning. This should be fairly obviously the response here. And yeah, that'll loop around, that'll take me down, and that will ground the lightning attack. Now, if you'll excuse me, before I input this, I just need to take one moment off the mic. Okay, yeah, sorry about that brief interruption. We are, of course, kind of dealing with the potential power issue here, and just making sure that's being taken care of, so. And yeah, I figured that we did complete all the elementals as well, Rebox, from what you were saying. Not only because we were using all 4 in Chapter 4, but because it seemed like all of the Bibliofold slots had been filled. That's going to hit me anyway, Heavy Thunder. Interesting. I did not really expect that, but he did take out his minion. We could try fire. On switch. Just want to see what fire does. And we'll just do it. I was kind of surprised that grounding the attack doesn't do anything. You would think that ground would beat lightning. But, maybe that was the way, and I was just expecting too much of the damage vulnerability. Okay, no, you've got a good point, yeah. On the other hand, that seemed a little bit faster. Didn't expect to pelt him for 200 there. Oh, we lit that guy up. Nothing's stopping us from getting in there and releasing the green streamer. Well, these adorable Donkey Kong sound effects. It's just lovely to just have so much of the series worked into this, as I was saying before. Sidesteppers all the way to Stingbees. Boss Sumo Bro Cloud. And yeah, that's probably the biggest showing we've seen from the Sumo Bros in a long time. Of course, they were a big presence in Super Mario World's Special World. Let me see what I can do with this here, whether it was something interactable, something that I needed to hit or walk into, drop out of. Yeah, I don't see what's going on with that there. Quite possibly this is breakable. No. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that I would uncover some kind of passageway there just by having come up here. Oh, paper in their standard form, you mean? Where they are not folded up into the folded army of the Origami King. So he has an idea. I wonder if this will enact a transformation in some way. Oh, okay, they're going to retake the palace. So it's interesting because this is literally a broadcast across the Cloud City. Very much the Empire Strikes Back moment of Paper Mario, apparently. And for Bowser. You're right. New Soup, I think, actually does have a sumo. Yeah. Now that you mention it. But they really don't appear very often these days. And yeah, very nice to have them just be a gatekeeper boss. Certainly their most prominent showing in a long time. Yeah, the Toads are going to lose their indentured staff, that's right. Okay, so I am still wondering about that treasure chest outside. I really want to take one more peek at it. Okay, fine, we'll proceed. We'll just follow instructions for a change. If you absolutely insist. Okay, so we are expecting ambushes. Hopefully nothing too severe. Okay. All the soldiers have totally taken over the mess hall. And are having a medieval feast. Like the union of the Scottish clans or something. I don't know that I would have trusted Bowser to be in possession of fine china. That doesn't look like the kind of thing that his royal household would treat with the appropriate delicacy. Yeah, you see, even Junior doesn't care about fine china. Yeah. There we go. And yeah, we'll just follow the green screamer up. Cease this feast. They're not going to have any of it. They rather like munching on whatever it is they're eating. What are they eating? That's a good question, isn't it? What are they possibly munching on? Okay, so they're just going to beat each other up and it'll be a brawl, and I wonder if I can actually run around and help them hammer some enemies to death. Surely I must be able to. Yeah, you see? Couldn't have done it without you. Yeah, no, we're totally doing this. Oh, and we actually have to fight them. Okay, fine. We'll fight them. I want to see if we get anything for just clearing the hall. I feel like clearing the hall would be a valuable experience. Of course, that will require us to do better on the puzzles than we have been doing all day. Swap that over. Swap that piece over. Looks like we'd want some kind of hammer cluster down here. Oh, no, only 2 moves. Okay. Wonder if, yeah, having a set of 3 is not the answer. This axis looks like it's pretty much set, but if we move the 2 middle axes, might get something out of that. But I feel like the idea behind this is that we should be building some kind of hammer cluster. Like these guys here. No, I messed this up, but I didn't see the solution at all, unfortunately. But the boots on these guys will probably allow me to kick the Buzzy Shell. In the worst case scenario, we'll just hit a POW block and just blow everything up. Oh no, some of them are friendlies. I didn't see that there were friendlies on board. Okay, no. No. That's why I messed this up. It's because I forgot that these guys are friendlies. Yeah, no. I don't want to kill the friendlies. Yep. Okay. That's why I messed this up, is because I just didn't read the friendlies as friendlies. This is a great battle. You probably don't want to jump on the paper guys. Yeah, you're right. I'm going to not kill them. Oh, okay, I'll let Kamek get the finisher. Kamek, of course, his finisher does not do friendly fire, so he's okay, but I definitely didn't want to stomp my confused paper allies who were wondering why on earth they were trapped on this board with me. We're very eager to get out of there. I love how they actually did have little speech bubbles indicating their desperation to be out of here because they are actually on our side. Okay, that was great. I'd love to see more brawls like that, actually. Let's do that to the spike as well. Yeah, once again, let's not get distracted by the paper then. Let's actually just watch the pattern of the folded soldiers. And indeed get some of the paper out of the way. And if we do that, that's actually fairly easy. We have to deal with the mecha. It's on that side. And we just have 2 line moves. Very easy. Very easy, in fact. We will want... Shiny Iron will... Well, defend me from the spike balls. I don't think it'll necessarily hit the spikes. But we should actually try it. Should be enough damage to take out Mecha, though, which is what I'm going for here. And Kamek can get the finisher on that side, actually, so I'm not concerned about them. Although the finisher may not do enough damage. So something... Yeah, this was the scenario for which something like a Hurl Hammer would have been better. Although maybe the Spike Ball would have defended against that as well. But something like Fire or Ice weapons would have worked quite well. In the meantime, we'll just go 2 rounds. Okay. Managed to reduce their numbers considerably. Yeah, really interesting. I just love how this game just does not run out of ideas for what to do with the ring system, and now with managing the allies as things on the board that you want to clear out of the zone. I don't know what happens if you, in fact, smack them by mistake, but, you know, the fact that we get a gold reward for assisting with battles is decent enough incentive. Look at these Spinies, like, just duking it out. These guys meeting their match. Spike versus Spike. Spiny versus Spiny. Oh, these guys are very excited to have me on their side this time. They're not confused. That's just going to be pretty simple. And look, the enemy is so outnumbered. So outnumbered. Coming up soon is something pretty cool, and you've heard good things about the Scissor Boss. Okay, don't tell me exactly what, obviously. But I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, we're close enough that I feel like, unless we have, you know, serious power problems or something on our side, or mechanical failures, that I will want to see this through to the end of the chapter. But I am going to clear the room. Huh. He respects me, begrudgingly. That was pretty much like how Barb kind of treated my level when he played it yesterday. He didn't like it, but he respected it, and he gave it a like. Yeah. It went over well with most of the streamers that I've seen. Barb wasn't too keen on it. I think Composer wasn't too keen on it. But otherwise, that has been going well. For those of you who don't know what we're talking about, I did ship a new Mario Maker level yesterday. Both Electrodude and I had our moment in the sun for 4YMM. And it's standard hammer? No, flashy hammer. Ring system keeps going. Yeah. Absolutely love the ideas that they've come up with for this. Like, when I saw the way the rings were taped down in the fight with the, you know, kind of American greaser gangster that was rolled with Scotch tape. We gotta check the door, of course. Let's clear the hall first, and then we'll check the door. Goomba versus Goomba. This guy also only respects me. Oh, whoops. Accidentally stepped on that guy. You know, it's funny because people... There's one thing that people get really touchy about with... Color Splash and Sticker Star that I really do not agree with, which is when they complain about how, you know, battles are apparently pointless, and why don't I just skip all the battles, and, you know, why do they just sit there as obstacles that I can't farm for XP and resources and so on. I've never really agreed with that criticism, as many problems as I do have with Sticker Star in particular. And I know that some of that crowd was looking at this game and thinking, oh, why don't you just skip all the battles? And thinking, once again, that, you know, you don't actually get to farm XP or farm any kind of meaningful character progression, other than just cash. But I'm looking at this, and the thing is, like, I enjoy solving the ring puzzles inherently so much that I actually do want to pick every single fight in a massive brawling room like this. Missed a Buzzy Beetle on the left. Yeah. And yeah, Electrodude, predictably, the one that was controversial was the Tetraterix puzzle level, which I know you also had a crack at solving. And which I think, frankly, is incredible. That is actually one of my favorite things I've played so far. But we have only 2 moves to work with here. What's going to go on? We probably want to shuffle, and it is a very busy looking board. These guys over this side. Oh, we got 20 seconds left. Gotta go, go, go. Probably make a line move over here and a stack move to the right side. Yes, that's right. How do I do the transposition? I'm doing it out of order, unfortunately. I needed to move this guy down beforehand, I think. That's okay, we'll do this. It's imperfect. It's imperfect, but the friendlies will be out of range. But yeah, in this game, you know, I could skip the battles if I wanted to, but I don't want to, you know? It's, something that I'm just enjoying enough naturally. That I really do like solving the dial puzzles and seeing what kind of mechanics are possible with them. Color Splash I found was not too tedious once I understood that the way to enjoy the game was just to dump your most powerful weapons all the time and try to get a one-turn kill on every single thing. When I played it like that, I actually had a lot of fun. And I'm glad I played it like that in preparation almost for Breath of the Wild, because like I never had any issues with weapon durability in that game either. Simply because I was accustomed via games like Color Splash to thinking about like breaking out of my habits of being a pack rat. And okay, we have 2 hammer clusters over there. That's not really going to be good enough. I would like perhaps to get these guys in a central ring. Yeah, if I get this guy down here in advance, then we can create 2 clusters that way. Still number 4. Wow, doing well. Okay, let's get Flashy Hammer with the bonus. Yeah, well deserved, I think, to have the Tumbleweed will take off quite like that. It is a very memorable mechanic. Kamek's going to finish if we just do a standard hammer. He's going to get the last shot. No, he's not. He's just going to miss. Because Kamek's going to let us down. He's going to let us down one last time. There we go. Smoke this guy. But yeah, I really enjoyed the battles in this game. And, you know, Shy Guy's finish last was really such a treat on its own. I missed a beetle on the left? Ah, yes. Okay, good. That was readily dispatched. Goomba would be a similar story, I think. Doesn't like me, but respects me. Okay. Let's wrap around over here. Koopa Troopa is going to be weak. Oh, I love how he responds to the fact that I used a hammer. I'm sure he wouldn't have said that if I actually used a jump. That's really neat. Yeah, because if I mean, I'm going to try it on the other Koopa up there, but if I jump on the shell, right? Like, he's not going to say, thank you, hammer bro. I'm not using a hammer. Oh, no. It's a Koopa fighting the other hammer. Okay. Never mind. We'll break that up in a moment. Let me just scan down here. Anything else we might have missed? There's just doors. Yeah, let's just clear the room. And hopefully do this a little more skillfully than before. I see 2 hammer stacks over there. Yeah, that's going to be simple. I mean, this is a perception puzzle only. The actual moves are pretty straightforward. Kamek's going to hopefully actually land the finisher this time, so let's just try standard hammer. And that's going to inflict 27. Yep, actually going to hit. But yeah, I do find it extremely satisfying in this game that you can do the battles better with smarts rather than just, you know, with inventory hoarding or numbers or anything like that. The difficulty scaling is in puzzle scaling rather than just number scaling. Like, I think that's very important in terms of what makes this game actually click as well as it does. I want to bring this guy down first. I then want to bring that down. I'm still one piece off, I think. No, that's not quite right. Hang on. Ring move like that. We get 3 moves. Okay, so we can actually just create a line. Here we are. And yeah, I mean, I do agree that maybe one of the issues people had with just the central issue I think that people had with, you know, things like the battle systems in the previous games was that they just did not seem fun, and they did not seem worth doing because they were not just inherently pleasurable in the way that a lot of turn-based combat can be. Like, when turn-based combat is good, you're not just doing it for the rewards or the grind or anything, right? You're doing it because it's actually fun to use your powers. We're going to go standard hammer, I think. Spinies don't take too much punishment at this point. And that's going to be a line move right there. Just go shiny iron. And just knock each of them out one at a time. Okay, doing well. Doing well. Oh, didn't manage to bop that Shy Guy before he decided to back into us. But yeah, you really do see... I mean, you know, we had been commenting all game about how nice it was to see this cooperative setting for Bowser's minions. And at long last, you really do see... What are you even talking about? Yeah, just come together in this scene here where, you know, the paper versus origami thing is really kind of brought to its full completion. Okay, yeah, no, it's that guy there that was creating a bit of a nuisance on the side, but if we just bring down that line and bring down this line with the mecha... Yeah, I didn't see the mecha at first. That was the sort of missing piece that I was looking for. I'm going to go flashy just to absolutely guarantee that we can kill the mecha. I'll go standard on the other one. That's way overkill, but wanted to take out the mecha anyway. Once again, if we wanted to trust Namek with the duties of finishing up and mopping up after us, we could have, but he has let us down from time to time. Okay. Yeah, just picking up a fair bit of cash in the meantime. And let's patch this up. And what is this? Flashy mushroom. And what do we got here? Buzzy beetle. And hearts and such up there. Let's patch this first, and then I am not going through it yet. We are going to check the side doors just to see what else we've been missing along the way. Might be a good idea to tap save block first, as long as we don't enter some kind of cutscene. Good. Let's just wrap back around and check the areas to the left and the right of the central chamber. See if there's anything else left to poke around with. Spike's going to guard the door. We can't leave without helping Lord... Oh, come on. I'll flatten him, he says. They don't fold easy. Oh, hey, we get extra dialogue. Let's, this guy just bounces. I'm just going to talk to all of them. That guy bounces. And... yeah, let's see if they say anything else entertaining. It's bro time. Oh, fold them without instructions. That's very good. That's very threatening. Well done, Spike. Well done, Spike. That's how to beat up Origami. Fold them without instructions. That is a great little snippet right there. I think it made this little patch of conversation completely worthwhile. Hey, Redox, welcome. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the reception of the level so far. I did see that you got a play on it. I hope you had a good time. What's with the stupid door? It won't open. Yeah, actually, both the Electro Dude and I were kind of lingering around in Top 5 Super Expert for a little while yesterday. I think the Electro Dude is still there. So... don't know who actually plays by browsing that list, but it has been noticeable that Super Expert Popular has been kind of invaded with a lot of 4YMM lately. Including Paxman's water level, which somehow wound up in Super Expert, despite being a fairly simple puzzle interaction. Wait, what did he just say? Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Go get the key. Downstairs through a door to the right. I am going to do the natural thing and check once more the door to the left. Yeah, Reeboks and Redox. It's okay, I can tell them apart. Oh, those are Kamek's quarters, okay. That's where Kamek lives. Yeah, I can tell you apart. I just need to, like, speak clearly enough when I'm addressing one of you, I guess, to make it abundantly clear who I'm talking to. $64 and $99, right? You both even have the underscores going on for your numbers. That's actually rather marvelous. So $64 and $99. We'll go with something like that. Okay. So, well, I mean, she could totally show her strength if we get a spot for the 1,000-fold arms or something. Kamek instead is going to pull out his explosives. He is not going to do what Bobby did and, you know... well, Bobby, I guess, was just staying true to his essential nature. But Kamek is not going to do that. Kamek is somebody with a greater sense of self-preservation. Let's patch this up first before we grab the massive confetti refill. The reason I turned off the cherry blossoms, for those of you joining me late, is that we managed to get the retro Donkey Kong sound effects. So we have the Donkey Kong sound when Mario runs around, and we have classic hammer and Super Mario Brothers jump as well, so... okay. And now you're all yellow, okay. I guess you are. I can never quite tell what people are doing to configure their Twitch chat colors, because when I go through the VODs sometimes, like when I actually cut highlights and so on, some of you appear in different colors than you do when you are actually live on the stream. And so, like, I think some of those preferences and configurations don't actually hold universally, or don't hold when you're not live. But it confuses me sometimes, like when I look over older chats, you know, if I'm looking for a video or something, and your colors are not what I expect them to be. Kamek, I think, must have just fallen through a hole. But We'll restore as much of Bowser's Castle as we can. Gonna be very good to keeping these grounds in decent condition after all the hard work that Bowser's minions have been doing to maintain Shangri Spa. And okay, that's a lovely portrait. Lovely series of portraits, actually. I wonder who Bowser commissioned for those. Okay, so we have one room after another. They're going to be suspicious. That's obviously going to be suspicious, like King Ollie over there. We're just going to bypass it. Spend what little confetti we have left to lock doors like that. That might be something interesting. Really running out of confetti now, though. So yeah, obviously we'll be doing the King Ollie room last. We'll be doing these first, because I would rather do them first. Oh, look at Spike's room. Spike has his little arsenal of munitions over here, including the 3D World Spikes. His 3D World weapons are in tow. From actual 3D World, obviously, not from how he's represented in the 3D World style in Mario Maker, but... Okay, we're going to see these snow spikes here for some reason, but that's okay, we'll deal with it. Looks like we probably just need to wrap these guys around, but do so while not interfering with this column. Fairly simple. Stone spike. Okay. Pretty obvious to me that we'll go flashy. Hopefully that will be enough. And yeah, that's good. Flashy boots broke, that's okay. We'll have another round of them ready to go later. Flashy hammer. Excellent. Yep. The blue spikes, being the stone spikes, I think they must be the ones that throw the 3D World projectiles. I would assume that's the case. But yeah, we'll just kind of walk around here and do some trophy hunting. Let's pull up the loadout. I do know that you said we could do it in battle, and I actually did try that out. But let's just put in some mid-tier weapons in the meantime. So that's Spike's room. This is the hammer room. Yeah, having his little stash of hammers. I don't know if there's anything for us to really interact with here, except maybe an invisible block on top of the... Nope. Nothing to interact with, not even with the hammers. Okay, that's too bad. Let's continue over here. Nope. Doing Ollie last. For obvious reasons. Oh, hey, you can actually peek. Oh, you could do that. And we see hidden Shy Guy behind a pillow. I wonder if I missed any clues earlier. In fact, let's peek through each of these. Behind a treasure chest. Yeah, given that we missed something in the hammer room, that feels like it's worth checking. Ah, yes, there's an invisible spot. There's a little red patch. See that? Little red patch right here. You can't see it because it's buried behind a chair. Nice little perspective trick there to make that particular secret happen. This was the piranha plant sculpture, and we did in fact get that. The paper macho plant collectible. Okay. Patch that up. We really are running low on confetti, but I've been in the red zone for some time, and things still seem okay. Shy Guy is back here. Or, oh, it has a mushroom, actually. Well, I thought it was a shy guy from the way it was peeking out at me earlier. We'll have to deal with the Koopa behind the chest over here. Red shell and green shell. Just gonna bop him. Or cautiously opening the chest. Paper Macho Chain Chomp, which is still roaming the wilds. And sniping off everything it can. Devouring all the toads trying to make their way up to the spa. So what key has Luigi discovered for us this time, I wonder? And does he say anything if we stare at him longer? Doesn't seem so. Okay, here's a hand spot. I guess the hand spot we'll just have to peel this off. Can I peel it off? Yeah. There we go. And that's going to be a comic room, except Luigi is moaning. And Luigi is going to hold the key. Olivia is going to stand outside, and that's going to be very, very suspicious for reasons that we don't understand yet. He's got a key. He found a shiny mushroom. And the key to Peach's castle. Da-da-da-dum. Yep, Ronky.
Let's go.
Okay. Alright, so we have the key. I mean, that allows me to get back over to the main hall. Very suspicious of Olivia to be snatched away. Well, I mean, that didn't look like a pair of scissors, at least. But, you know, worse fates have awaited some of the characters in this game. Okay, let's get back out into the hall. Maybe Kamek has actually made his way back to his own room, or will at least stop obstructing us from seeing his room. But I assume that Kamek has been snatched away by much the same force. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. Alright, that can be a line cluster, but then we need to figure out what we want to do about a hammer move. We can perhaps move this stack back. Move stack forward. Nope, that's right. Yeah, dial this over here. And what do we want to do with that? Like, these guys are going to form a convenient line. It's just that I don't know what to do with the other two just yet. We can have some kind of rotary dial move too. For example, yeah, just try to create some kind of hammer cluster with them. Possibly. We're going to have to be a little quicker about this. Let's just kind of blow this one. Yeah, no, that's going to be blown. So, big cutout soldier. I don't know if they're cut out for this job. The thing about paper cutouts is that I also don't know if they'll be vulnerable to boots. So why don't we just try the basic weapons first, just to see what their weapon type and vulnerabilities are going to be. Okay. And they don't really crumple the looks of it. So why don't we try hammer, see what's going on. Yeah, they do kind of crumple once they get down to a certain threshold. Yeah, I mean, the thing about the cutout soldiers is that you have to remember that the scissors are the enemy that are really running the show in this zone. And with that in mind, I think it's much more understandable why their layouts would be quite like this. Okay, so that's going to be hammer. That's going to be line. Over here. Yeah. Finally, I actually got one of these for a change. That's sort of nice. Let's go flashy with a bonus. Hope that does something. Huge HP pools from these guys over here, and no Kamek to help us out this time. Might have to start going for some higher tier weapons, but 40 damage is above the threshold we need. Looks like we should just assume that they have probably 40 HP. The HP numbers are disguised in this game, and we need to kind of construct them from inference, but I think that's what's going on. Nice. Okay. Yeah, we can deal with that. And in the meantime... Oh, mini cutout. Let's see if we can hammer this guy in advance, perhaps. I mean, there is an incentive to fight as many enemy types as we can, because they will be collected in a gallery. Oh, look at the way these guys are chained. Yeah, I suppose that if they're chained, then you can't do a lateral move like that. Okay, very interesting. Very interesting. So, the way to do it... Oh, look at that, you can condense them. You can condense them, look at that. That's so cool. Alright, that's wonderful. That is wonderful. I'm impressed. I am very, very impressed. These guys, yeah, in terms of a ring mechanic, yeah. Yeah, Reeboks, considering that I was talking earlier about precisely that like you really see such interesting uses of the ring mechanic. That is fantastic. That's exactly the kind of enemy that really does express the battle system in a way that, you know, you couldn't just plug into some other game, right? Like, it is a totally unique interaction to Origami King. Back one spot would allow you to rotate in. I don't know if we actually want to do that yet. Get that. Hang on. Rotating one spot like this would not do much. I feel like getting some of these guys in a clear hatch is part of the solution. No, I actually do want one of these to be pulled back. Pulled back like that. Well, that'll be a line, fairly simple, but then I need to transpose the other two. Transposing the other two will require me to put them on the same line. I want the guy in this row and the guy in this row who are the stragglers to probably be aligned with each other, but hard to say right now. At minimum, we need to get this going, because I don't think I'm going to get a full solution on this one, so let's just get a partial solution in. Hopefully walk away satisfied. No, that I totally blew that, actually. That made things worse. Okay. Okay. We could be doing this better, but we'll find a way to manage. And let's just disable everything we can. Whoops. Don't know how I plugged those inputs there. I just kind of momentarily slipped. Okay, these guys are going to totally pile up on me here. Okay. Got hit pretty hard. That's fairly simple as a line. It's just that you need to transpose this guy by 2 positions using something like a wrap. They are totally wrapped around the outer side though, so that should not be hard. What I want to do is wrap them like this. No, don't want them adjacent. Will I be able to swing that guy in? Hang on. Yeah, because I want 3 there. I want to swing him around with one last move at the end. Let's see how we're going to do that. Not going to be that. Hang on. Yeah, if I can find some kind of transposition that does not disturb any of the pieces in the other stack. That's not going to work. Let's just do a partial solution and leave it. I'm probably just failing to visualize something that should be very obvious to me, but we'll deal with it. I mean, like I said, I appreciate that the puzzles are getting harder to visualize. I think that should be the natural progression of the game, and I'm glad it has delivered on that. Don't just want to be blowing through everything with these 3-move sequences the entire game. Although all of this stuff can be learned in practice. It's just very much a pattern recognition and visualization exercise. And an exercise that I have not really been doing. 2 ring moves, okay. Yeah, swap that around. That's kind of a simplification of what we were going for earlier. I'm just going to walk through that again just so we know how it looks. When you have a pattern like this, that you can in fact turn into a 3-in-1 and stack them this way. Not enough damage. Probably haven't known that, but one more turn is no big deal. Missed the block. Once again, same kind of pattern, a 3-in-1 pattern that allows you to wrap around. Yeah, we just need to see more of that stuff in a simplified 4-enemy setting like this. And it should come together fairly quickly. No, Redox, he and Paxman are 2 different people. Paxman had a level in week 3. Paxman also has a very good Mario Maker stream. He also does viewer levels, and I'm sure he would be quite happy to take some of your submissions. You would be interested to know that Paxman, his contribution for YMM actually was a 3D world level. Not, you know, technical 3D world in the style that you make, but 3D world nevertheless in terms of making use of some of the water mechanics that I'm sure you would find quite interesting. But yeah, once you get to know them both, it's very difficult to confuse the 2. So yeah, Electrodude is Mr. Sparky. And what were we doing here? I don't remember standard boosts were enough. Let's just do Flashy. When Toad at the back, calling out for using the Ice Flower. He's going to be a dissatisfied member of the audience tonight. And, oh yeah, would love to fight more of these guys. Guard, you fool. Yeah, very much so. All these toads that are not heeding the backseat rule. We have 2 ring moves here. We can do a bit of a compression. But we only have 3 rows that need to be worked with, so... So this gives me an interesting question here, which is how do we hold them in such a way that we align them together? 2 moves. This is interesting. We can always do... Yeah, because doing a line move isn't going to have them wind up in the same place, right? So... But we can always stitch them like this. Not ideal, but let's see what happens if we hit one of them as a fragment, as an incomplete fragment. Probably just removes that figure. Feels like there was something I was not understanding about their mechanic here that would have allowed me to do that in one turn. Oh, right, because you can just keep sliding them, right? Yeah, no, I see what you mean now, that I actually did manage to displace them one tile, and I just didn't see that clearly. Because you just continue to rotation and gradually shift the snack. Yeah, I should have leaned into that and actually noticed that that was what was going on. Now that you mention it, I did definitely see it. Okay, so this place is going to be a wreck. We have the key up top, but I also want to check Kamek's room since Junior isn't really going to be here to stop us anyway. And yeah, Redox, if you're not using it already, there is, of course, a website. Which you may have. No, Electrodude, there's no need to lock your door. He's perfectly friendly. And he'll be done with you in 20 seconds if his levels are any indication. So, we have a bit of an alarm system here. A reflector system, it seems. If we hit these, I see that the red dials are inputs that... Okay, so I think the idea here is that we need to link the pattern all the way over to Bowser over there. So this guy's going to be hit that way. We'll just work backwards. Means that this guy will need to go this way, this way, this way, and spin this guy 3 times. Fairly straightforward. Oh, except for the streamer. Okay. Well, we had everything else. Look at all these bullet bills, by the way, that are just in their cases. In this little munitions stockpile. That's kind of cute, actually. Just the bullet bills with their arms sticking out. You can see much more clearly what those arms are made of. Yeah, Reebox 64. We do check these things. That's just how I play. Yeah, well, one thing that as I say, people find out about me very quickly is that I do not follow instructions well in video games. I very deliberately do not want to follow instructions. And sometimes that gets results. Sometimes that's not so much of a good fit. Okay, so we have a singleton over here as well. Let's see how many moves we have. We have 3 ring moves available. That would allow us to line up the singleton at the very end, I think, which means that we can make a couple of interesting moves here. Yeah, or just line them all up like that. Oh, interesting. So there are some limitations for where you can position them. I'm not sure I really understand how the positioning logic works for that, though. In any case, we're running out of time. Let's, whoa, 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 whoa. That rewind is taking forever. Hang on. Let's not get totally mobbed. Okay, that worked poorly. That's okay. I was trying to figure out what the logic was for the way you can displace them, like how many spots they go, and whether they go in cycles that are just a limited series of repetitions that are cyclic within, you know, a limited number of tiles. If you get my meaning. But since we completely blew that one, let's just do a bit of chip damage and retry that. Yeah, I didn't know that the rewind was going to eat that much time from the clock. I just didn't really expect that at all. No. Okay, these guys are going to have me surrounded. And they're going to tract. Constrict my movement a little bit. So, okay, similar pattern here. Let's see what we can do with this. Yeah. I wonder if there's some kind of tile movement that really makes that something a little more regular, I guess. Whoops. And I don't have the time to figure that out right in this fight, but what we can do is at least get these ones together. Yeah, don't understand the positional rules yet for that, but we'll have to reverse engineer that as we go. Yeah, I find it quite interesting, actually, that, you know, even as somebody who has finished the game, you are seeing a different aspect of certain interactions that you might not have tried. I'm sure I would get the same pleasure afterwards from watching somebody else play once I'm finished. Yeah, 20 damage is enough, so with the bonus, single jump, that's the trick. Really looking forward to the scissor boss now. I feel like the escalation of all these mechanics has my hopes up for how the scissor boss will be treating us. So, here's the key to Princess Peach's Castle, Mark 5. And yeah, everybody's snipped. Everybody's just been murdered here the same way that Bowser Jr. was earlier. Look at this, and he's been crinkled once again. Like, we'll just have to take him all the way back to the fountain. No, 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 no. Game over? Oh no, we're just getting slammed. Don't let it catch you. Okay, mini boss maybe. It's like a shadowy slithering hand. Yeah, that's about right. She just said it's a shadowy slithering hand. And the token node in the back is just saying, it's like a snake, sort of. It's sort of like a snake. It's not really a snake, but... Okay, more boss fights. Wonderful. Water power. Water power, I guess, would soak the paper. I'm going to... fire would burn the paper. Earth would lift the paper. I'm going to try burning. Yep, definitely going to try burning. And let's just do it. And not going to bother looking at the hints. We don't do that unless it just happens to be on the path. Oh, you can't... Okay, never mind. That's right. Because the magic circle transforms Olivia, it doesn't just summon something out of nowhere. You do need a supply of paper to work with. A Handaconda, Markmaster, that is a fantastic suggestion. Or... Oh, that actually is its name. The Handaconda, okay. Alright, so in that case, we just need to break Olivia out of here. Yeah, well, thank you for that, Markmaster. No, I thought that was just a clever suggestion on your part. Handaconda. And jump or hammer, what do you think? I'm not going to read the hint yet, but let's... Oh, he's going to kick that out, huh. Never mind. Might need to do a bit of a ranged attack then. Do a jump from range, so he doesn't just flick that. The hand is long enough, though, that I feel like he would be able to flick an attack away regardless. But let's just try it. Not going to be a ×2, but I'm just trying to see what his vulnerabilities are at this stage. Toad wants me to knock it over and whack it, but I'm not in hammer range. Nope, this guy's going to do the same thing as the Scotch tape earlier and indicate that he is invulnerable to jumps. So hammers have 2 tiles of range. I should be able to do a melee attack with hammer from 2 spaces away and still avoid the flick. You'll notice that the puzzles are set up such that the attack pieces are not placed in that ring, so we have to fix that up ourselves and hopefully knock it over to one hammer on this tile. It's a boss, so I'm not going to use the higher grade weapons just yet because a lot of them don't tend to be effective on the bosses. Okay, no, we got it. Just need 2 space away hammer attacks. Electro Dude, thank you for dropping by for so long today and for suffering through the disconnections we had earlier. Hope your level continues to take off, and I'll kind of see you on the other side of that when I show that off on my next Mario Maker stream. Okay, what are we doing here? We want this here. We want to shuffle 1 tile. We're not going to get the +2 this time, but we can just do a 2 space away attack once more and loosen his grip. The damage doesn't really matter too much at this point, I think. Maybe it'll matter when we eventually try to do a boss speedrun. But not now, it doesn't. Interestingly enough, the Battle Lab only originally had kind of 4 unlockable slots for the elementals and 4 unlockable slots for the world bosses. I wonder if these guys show up in the Battle Lab as a potentially optional fight, because that would... I would assume that they would, but that basically the number of bosses at this stage of the game were concealed in the Battle Lab interface because it would only kind of hint at what's coming up to World 4. You find this fight a rather odd mechanic, but it becomes funny on Phase 2? Okay, noted, Markmaster. Markmaster, have you played this whole thing yourself, or did you just watch it? Like, have you actually finished the game? And yeah, I mean, obviously we're doing this blind, but hopefully watching me blunder through some of this is reasonably entertaining. Okay, So, what do we do there? Am I actually paying attention to this properly? Let's, I actually did not really read that. I'm just going to do the same thing as last round. Yeah, we took a little bit of damage in response, but we're going to pump some hearts and just chip them down. A little bit at a time. And that's going to give me access to powers unless we have a phase where Olivia is recaptured. But in the meantime, she is free. Yes, Mark Master, that was what I was thinking earlier. I saw Shy Guys finish last earlier on this stream. Well, -1 disconnection that got in the way. And Shy Guys finish last was by far my favorite part of the game so far. I do mean to go back to that to play it some more. And I'm really glad it is supposedly replayable. Because I just had the time of my life with that. Just a great, great segment. Magic circles have been transformed into different... Oh, rock, paper, scissors. It's the comeback of Color Splash Rochambeau. So we need to watch the hand. The hand is going to have a certain shape to it. I mean, rock beats paper, I guess. No, scissors beats paper. Paper beats rock. What am I talking about? Scissors beats paper. I've heard of this. Rochambeau. Stony, sheety, cutty. Yeah, that will work too, depending on your local dialect. Hand-to-hand combat is wonderful. I mean, in Color Splash, it was literally just Rochambeau. I mean, he's paper. We're going scissors. It's fairly clear. At the same time, though, I do want to find a coin path. I don't know if he's going to flick the scissors away the way he did with the other panels that we saw earlier, but to be perfectly safe, well, let's just move the scissors one tile back. No, actually, let's just do it as is, just to see. He tries to deflect. He does not try to deflect. 1,000-fold arms, we're going to go scissors. We'll use your 1,000-fold arms to play rock, paper, scissors. Shake the controller on the last beat. Okay. Paper, scissors. Draw. Oh, don't tell me that I actually have to do this by RNG. Interesting. I mean, it's made of paper. You would think that scissors would just beat paper, right? Although maybe there's a tell. And we should keep our eyes out for a tell. And yeah, let's come here. I'm just gonna go scissors again. Yeah, I am looking forward, Mark Master, to doing the Shy Guys Finish Last trophy. Then we have not gotten that many trophies yet. But yeah, doing all 12, I'm so glad there actually is a reward for doing that. Because that is just an inspired moment in this game. Okay. Rock, paper, scissors. Lose. Okay, so what, does he beat me up or something? Okay. Good thing I was able to do that instinctively after playing tons of the game ARMS with motion controls. Like, I actually played a significant number of hours of ARMS with motion controls, and so I feel like we should stay on the scissors strategy. This is going to be RNG anyway. And the path is going to take you down here. We can always get some coins in a way if we really want. I'm going to walk all the way around, going to go down, going to go down to scissors, yeah. I mean, I'm not struggling with the RNG. Oh, whoops. Oh, okay, the distance matters. Okay, that's an interesting hint card. Higher attack power makes it harder to guard. We managed to guard from melee range. We're fine. I'm honestly not concerned about my ability to guard. Okay, let's guard. Yeah. That's not hard at all if you just know what you're doing. Recovering some hearts would be a good idea. And where's that going to take me? That's going to take me down here. Heart, scissors. No, actually, that's just going to give me paper. That's fine. It's not my intended path, but it got me to hearts, and that was the priority of that round, so let's just go paper. Okay, so that guy's just going to stay on rock. And the thing is, we're going to hit him with rock anyway, by closing our fists. Win at rock, paper, scissors, then hit with rush attack. Yeah, we can do that. As long as we have enough replenishment on the board to stay up and running. In the meantime, we'll just grab a lot of coins. Yeah, we can just basically use spare moves on coins. But melee range, of course, would give us a more aggressive posture. Okay. That's going to be draw. Okay. We'll just have to keep doing it. And yeah. Just going to pick up some coins in the meantime. I mean, we don't have to go scissors every time, but obviously I want to get in melee range whenever I can. And when the hearts are up, the priority will be hearts. Imagine doing this as a speedrunner. Hey, we're actually going to clip him. Fatality. And of course we get the bonus for the 1000-fold finisher as well, and so that's very nice. Oh my goodness, look at the army though. The army is literally in tatters, in shreds. Yeah, Markmaster, yeah, thanks for letting us stay blind on this. And know that, you know, this late in the game, obviously a lot of the viewership will be people who have finished, or they wouldn't be watching ahead. So, always very grateful to those of you who will kind of just sort of hold your tongue about spoilers. That is quite a hug. Slightly carried away, but it's not like we were ripped into pieces like all these guys. I mean, think about having to assemble them all over again. It'll be like that dial puzzle in Shy Guys finished last. Let's do it for the confetti that used to be Bowser's minions. We'll make that confetti proud. No, I mean, if you dunk them in the fountain, the way that you did with Bowser Jr., like if you dumped them all into the fountain at once, would they be properly reassembled? Hey, let's flatten out the clown car. I guess Junior left the clown car. Is Junior allowed to leave the clown car in this game when he's just one continuous piece of paper? I mean, I guess it might be a different clown car, like the one that we rode at the very beginning of this experience. My god, what a massacre. It's like a Paper Mario equivalent of Diablo or something, you know? Or you're just walking around on a sea of corpses.
Yeah, Mark Master, I'm having an absolute blast with this game. As I keep saying to people who, are dropping in as I go, I was really not sure I would be into this when I was in the first zone, the Red Streamer zone. And since then, it's just been up and up the whole way. It's really kind of taken me by surprise just how great a time I've had it. After what was really, honestly, a bit of a slow start. So here's the throne room. Here's Ollie's green streamer. We'll probably have the scissor fight. And there's Bowser. He's being held captive and folded. He has thankfully not yet been chopped, because you would think that folding him like this would just make him very easily choppable. The way his son was cut to pieces. And Bowser wants me to notice him. So yeah, Mark Master, I was thinking that there was something like a tell for rock, paper, scissors in terms of what was going to happen. I was trying to watch for it, and I didn't end up seeing it, but now, of course, that fight is over. I could never quite puzzle that out in Color Splash either, because Color Splash had a series of rock, paper, scissors challenges, and some of them had pretty clear tells, and some of them just didn't, and I never knew how much of that was actually truly RNG, because I just never stuck with it long enough as a minigame to really understand what was going on. But yeah, I would have thought there was something like, oh, look at that. Mario pulling off the bullet time. The dual-bladed duelist. Scissors. Yeah, I mean, to be cut to pieces before our very eyes, like Bowser Jr. was, but what is his new pet? Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. That is... like... You know how the big lumbering abominations in Warcraft are, like, kind of carved together from little bits of flesh and meat and kind of corpses that are just kind of taped together into this big hulking monstrosity? That's basically what this is. It's kind of like that Joseph Campbell book that was the basis for Star Wars, right? The Hero with 1,000 Faces. Anyway, and yet you must face it. Hand gesture in the middle of the ring. Yeah, I was trying to pay attention to that, and I just couldn't see what it was signaling to me in that previous fight. Oh, it's a mache fight. Okay. I need to pay attention. I was somehow not really doing that. Dry Bones head. Dry Bones head. Let me smash it. Well, I guess you're kind of saved. Okay, the punishment. I mean, I did manage to beat the paper mache, the Macho Challenge Island. And so this stuff is small fries by comparison. Because I did already learn how to deal with the tougher patterns that this game throws at me. And yeah, we'll just deal with one projectile at a time. Mario, it's me, Kamek. Hijack your magical abilities. Okay, so what are you going to do? Oh, PlayStation button missiles. You can just remove my face. It should significantly weaken this paper mistake. So we'll launch the attack and peel your face off. Okay. I feel like there was a John Travolta film that had a similar concept. Like Face Off, right? With the dodging attacks and peeling one's face off. I guess Mission Impossible 2 was kind of like that as well. All about dodging attacks and then peeling somebody's face off. Okay. Almost. Oh, gonna get hit there. Almost finished up this pattern. Let's just Dodge round 1. Dodge round 2. He's going to be dazed and confused. And Kamek is still stuck. Could be that there's something to that pattern I'm not getting yet. Might have to hammer that off. Let's just try this once again. Oh, just a bit more, okay. There we go. Just needed to retry that. You've done it. Now it's just an ordinary giant buzzy beetle with slightly less devastating attacks. Okay. Yeah, we've done one of these in Macho Island before, so not actually that concerned, despite taking a ton of damage. Just need to watch its deflection pattern carefully and wrap around if we can. Do that very well. I mean, I did have to learn that the hard way on the Paper Macho Island. Okay, just have to run around its deflection. Okay. And that's a full replenishment right there. Before we fight the scissors. Don't forget about the scissors. Oh, we won't forget about the scissors. I suppose any toy made out of the faces of those pathetic minions was bound to be flimsy. On guard, okay. Guess fighting with scissors is a bit of a double-edged sword. Okay, so he's just going to toy with me. Therefore, he shall grant me a slight advantage. Huh, that's kind of cute. Should you damage this cover during our battle, I shall interpret such boldness as a direct challenge and I won't hold anything back. Okay. So let's not hammer that then. Let's actually just jump on the handle. Jump on the handle from the back where we can actually reach it, perhaps. Looks like... no, actually, 1,000... whatever hands are going to be what we want here, because the hands will allow you to grip the scissors by the handle. That's what we want. Okay, do I get to grip him? Let's reach up and... Oh, rush? Okay, no. I was hoping to grip his handle. Okay, that's a bad idea. He's going to cut me now. He's just going to cut me now. Amateur, you've broken the safety cover. Okay. That was not what I expected to happen. And he's going to cut the board. I've just activated hard mode difficulty. I noticed that, yes. Readying his ultimate attack, I need us to shield somehow and possibly get to the back. Find some way to disable him or just take it, really. Okay, so we could do treasure chest. Treasure chest and +1, and that will come down and give me an attack. That's not going to be a position I want at all. That's going to be directly in front of the blades. If I maybe try to tap him on the handle, I can see if that works, but I was really hoping to grab the chest, but that's okay. We can still do that. Chest ×2, attack in the back. Let's try that. Now, I have not lost a fight in this game yet. So we'll see if this hard mode actually is the end of us and the end of that. Let's try hammer first just to see if it works. 31, okay. Guarding is useless. This is the end of you, you flat fiends. Final cut. Oh boy. Okay, now we get access to hands, don't we? No, he's just going to cut everything he can. But we have on-off switch and we have the hands. I feel like the hands are maybe only going to be useful for rushdown, but at the same time, if I can grip him, I can maybe shut the scissors. That's the thing, is that sometimes it's a little opaque what the hand powers are actually going to accomplish. Doing it like this will also give us the hint card. I mean, I usually just kind of avoid the hint card, but we might as well just go for hands. That'll be the easiest way to do it, unless we... one thing I could do is I could replace the hint card with a chest. That's going to give me a pattern that allows me to hit the chest, hit the on-off switch, the on switch rather, and then finish with hands. And hands will hopefully give me a grip rather than a rush, but it's very difficult to tell. It might just be that I need to dodge accurately. Oh, he's going to face me. Okay, never mind. It might just be that I need to dodge accurately. Okay, no, it's going to be hammer turn back. Alright. So let's see what we can do here. Obviously, hands are not going to work. So what I can do, once again, is try to get the +1 going. We can activate the switch anyway, since we're going to do that. We can get the attack up here, so we do a 2-range attack with a hammer. That seems right. And we'll have 2 attacks with the hammer. Oh, wait, oh no, I completely flubbed that. No, I messed that up. Oh, he's going to try to do a fake out. Okay. Still sad there is no phase shift. Okay, interesting. Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm still in the process of figuring this out, so... okay, hitting the on-off switch was actually kind of counterproductive then, because we don't want hands after all. We can move this out of the way, and then move this down here. It's just going to be a single attack. But we can try to just beat him with the hammer. And chip him down that way. 17 damage. Maybe the better hammers will be worthwhile. Yeah, trying to do a fake out once again, but it's actually not too difficult to dodge so far. I might just be getting lucky. Okay, that's not going to stay on the board. We can move this. Move this. Move this, and that'll just be yet another series of standard attacks. I will try one of the higher power weapons this time, just to see if it does anything. I'm gonna go flashy. I'm gonna go flashy. Just to see if there is damage scaling. On a lot of bosses there isn't, so I was a little wary of that. There is damage scaling. Okay, good. And we'll just give him a slight beat down. And
Yeah, once again, pop the chest for some of the bonus attacks, if we can. And then get in close. Okay. Looks like we'll... Once again, go chest. Move that guy out of the way. Move this attack inside. And we'll go flashy once again. I think getting more tiles on a board is probably the solution. Activating the hands would not be the solution. Okay. So far, so good. I would expect him to toughen up that pattern as we get further along into the fight. But not overly concerned yet. Once again, it looks like we will want to just leave that in place. Yeah, I can probably just... No, I don't want to slide that in. I want to slide this. I'll slide this. Actually, I want +1. I feel like that's going to be more valuable than the treasure chest on this round, since we have ready access to it while it is still live on the board. Let's grab a coin. And, yep. And I don't know if the flashing hammer is going to break with 2 hits, so I'd better... I mean, I can stay on it for now, but it would be unfortunate to miss a second hit. I don't know on boss sequences when you input multiple attacks at once how weapon durability is affected, so... Okay, now it's going to break. That's fine. At least we have some clarity about that. Okay. We will want the treasure chest up again this time. And, yeah. Treasure. Don't really know if attacking him from the front is going to be a good idea when it comes to the hammer attack. Like, I think maybe perhaps the direction doesn't actually matter, but we don't know that sure just yet, so I think we'll just have to get in there and try it. Let's do a quick gear check here. No need to go legendary just yet. I am being a total pack rat. Still flashy once again. And yeah, attacking from the front will hopefully be still effective. Okay, not an excellent attack, but... Okay. Yeah, Reeboks, I'm very thankful for that hint that I could in fact do that, otherwise I would just not... I would not have thought of that myself. It is not the most prominent little tooltip in the interface. Okay, no access to treasure chest, plenty of access to coins. I think all we'll do here is just get in there and whack them. I mean, would have been nice if we had more coins to work with, but we can just pick up 30 coins along the way. Go flashy once again. Excellent. Was almost thinking I was premature on that round. But as long as some of the bonuses... Well, okay, I guess they're not remaining available. Pop open some of the bonuses in the chest, though, and we're okay. Like, we're still at 220. Haven't taken a hit, but it seems like it is supposed to be an instant kill from everything that was being indicated. twirl that. Maybe bring in a coin. And we just need to not choke at this point. I say that, of course, because the thing that I dread is that we will, in fact, choke right at the end. That is something I can do from time to time. Dodging this round, however, should give me enough damage output on our next attack that I can just take him out completely. Won't be as good as a rush, but the thing is, I should not even try to rush because he just hard counters the hand. So, yeah, no damage buffs on the board. We can perhaps get the treasure chest up and running again just in case we need it, but main thing we'll be looking for here is a finishing blow. So yeah, I mean, I guess I have no idea how the sort of methodical, easy way of fighting him sheaved actually goes, but judging from the damage numbers I was seeing, this should be the finisher, as long as we actually land this. Yeah. There we go. And look at that, no damage bonus. That works. Okay, I missed a bunch of messages in chat while I was focusing on that. I did kind of glance over from time to time, but I was also avoiding any potential hints, which you folks have actually been very good about keeping mum about. So yeah, thank you for all the comments on that along the way. And about how the fight must have gone if you fought him with the sheath. Single touch by scissors without the cover is 999 damage regardless if you block. I see, yes. Okay. And if you don't break the cover, you get the Ice of Elemental Circle to freeze the scissors, and then you hit him with the arms. Okay. Yeah, Yoshi, I guess that would explain it, because we were fighting him with the cover off right from the start. Because I was hoping that the hands would actually allow me to just like grip him and keep him shut or something, although the sheath was already technically doing that. So yeah, I guess that's how that went. I actually really do respect the fact that the fight does have multiple modes like that, even though we effectively transformed that into a single phase fight right from the very first move. Oh, they'll just be restored directly, okay. Well, I mean, why didn't we just assault the castle directly then, instead of waiting for Bowser Jr. to lead us on a chase? I guess that does resolve a number of things, though, and it did, of course, give us VIP access and ultimately bring us to Shy Guy's finish last, which is the real moral victory. Now, all we have to do is release the green streamer. Let's take care of it the way we always do, with a big smack. I'm going to collect some of the confetti, of course, and then we're going to move on. And Bowser's going to be here, saying hello. Yeah, okay, let's cut this. And that'll pop right open. Green streamer cleared, and then I'm sure we'll have some kind of cutscene releasing Peach's castle, although we'll still have that left to go. Okay. Green streamer is down. And we have more confetti to work with. Not that that has mattered too much recently.
And of course, there were the doors that were in Kamek's room to the left of the front hall in the castle. That seems relevant to something we'll want to do now that the green streamer is out of the way. You know, ever since you saved me from that wall in Peach's castle, you've just been saving me over and over again. Yes, that's right, Olivia. Well, at least Olivia says thank you. Yeah. Olivia has shown her gratefulness by, I think, being a little less aggressive with the hints, at least recently. So, so folks are aware of what the plan is with the stream. I mean, let's watch the cutscene first, and then we'll talk about that. But I'm not intending to finish the game in this sitting by any means. I am intending to save Peach's Castle for one final block on another streaming day. We will stay on this for just a little bit longer, just to, you know, finish out this zone properly and see where this goes, because obviously each of these zones there has been a little bit of content after you get rid of the streamer, and we'll follow through with that. So I won't be cutting this off just yet, but I also do not plan to be finishing it in this sitting by any stretch of the imagination. But thank you anyway for joining me for all this, and I'm glad that those of you who have finished the game have been enjoying that, especially, and sort of seen how I might have approached some of this content differently. So thank you very much, MarkMaster33. Just so you are aware, if some of you are new here and coming in for Paper Mario, this is mainly a Mario Maker stream most of the time. However, Paper Mario has kind of taken over mostly this week, but I do kind of swap between the two in the meantime. And I'm kind of hoping, given that these streams with Paper Mario have, well, they started out very quietly with almost no attendance, but they've been attracting people since, I think, as people have finished the game and gotten ahead of me, that we may continue to alternate Mario Maker with some other stuff, so it's not just all Mario Maker all the time. But we'll see. Like, I'll make streaming plans accordingly. And yeah, Markmaster, I'm glad you've enjoyed this. The fact that there is some more advanced content, like trying to go for the full clear on all 12 squares of the board on Shy Guys Finished Last, that kind of tells me that even after the credits have rolled, there might be some content here that would be worth it as a streaming experience. Because the thing about something like Shy Guys Finished Last is that, from the looks of it, it is equally fun to watch, you know, and so even if we are finished with the game, we're far enough away from 100% or from the advanced trophies, etc., that there may still be plenty of reason to put it on further. And we can kind of sort that out when I do finish the main story. So, to the supply closet on the first floor where he keeps all the bullet bills. Yeah, we'll do that. We know where that is. We actually maturely solved that puzzle. Yeah, Markmaster, I've spent a fair bit of time in the Battle Lab doing the standard ring challenges, but I had been saving the boss trials for after I finished the game, and so, you know, trying to do the bosses, which I've been enjoying very much, and trying to do them more efficiently, might be something that's worthwhile streaming content as well. We'll see it. Ha 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 ha. First paper to ever defeat Scissors. That's really a great line. Yeah, you should have gone to college. Okay. Hurry up and get to the supply closet. I mean, Bowser's had plenty of practice walking with his face at this point, I think. He's had the whole game to do it. while we've been learning other skills instead. Let's hit the save block. It did autosave earlier, but let's be diligent. And yeah, I don't know if the puzzle state will actually resolve, or if it will just reset. But I haven't seen this before, so who knows? Mario, welcome. This is merely a supply closet. Wait until you see what is on the other side of that door. So the beams are off, and I just hit the switch, and it will open immediately, I'm sure. Okay. Yeah, they're already facing in the pattern that I set up earlier. So we'll just do that. And yeah, Markmaster, I totally agree that, you know, like early on especially, that most of the people interested in Paper Mario were the ones playing it immediately, and so it's kind of natural that there wouldn't be much stream attendance for the early chapters. But certainly I've had more and more people who have finished the game trickling in lately, such as yourself, and it's kind of nice to be able to clear something and without spoilers, of course, but then afterwards compare notes on what happened. And it really speaks to how much flexibility there is in some of the systems in this game. I love how he says that. Patience, Origami. Mario, I've got one job for you. I'm not going to follow him yet. I'm going to go this way. Look at that clown car. And treasure chest. Yeah, I don't know if I'm necessarily going to really sweep the game for 100% on the hidden blocks, toads, etc. If I do that, that will probably not be on stream. But the challenge content, like Shy Guys Finished Last, any of the other trophies that are available, the boss rushes, etc. in the Battle Lab, that stuff I could very well put on broadcast after I'm done. Because it's interesting enough that, you know, I would definitely consider doing it. But yeah, thank you for all the input on this anyway. Just from the perspective of having finished the game. I somehow doubt that. That all our problems will be solved. Secret weapon, button on the left. That engines is the button on the right. So we'll probably have to cut the engine at some point. But let's activate the secret weapon. Yeah, I'm not sure if I like the fishing enough to really press that. Like, maybe on my own time, but I don't think doing the fishing game on stream would necessarily be that fun. 100% of my time with the game so far has been on stream, though. Like, in this initial run. Like, everything I've been doing, I've been discovering live. Except for maybe a few minutes that were lost to technical errors here and there. But okay, behold your latest and greatest airship. And okay. Not for sweeping. So, Rebox 64 offering a little bit of foreshadowing. Bobby? No, that's just Mother Bob-omb. How are there so many Bobbies? Yeah. All any of us can hope for is to make an impact. Well, these guys are having a blast. And okay. He is very much the Bob-omb we don't deserve. And no, Rebox said, no, it's okay. Like, it's
like earlier when you were saying that something was coming, and of course I had no idea what, and it was still kind of a surprise to see the cutout soldiers. Like, I would not have been able to guess that by any means. So, anti-nausea medicine may be in order. Oh, I see a save block. That's very ominous. I see a cut engines button that has not been in use, and which may or may not be relevant. But let's head up to Folded Bowser and see how this is going to go. Start the engine. Okay. So I don't know, shoot 'em up segment maybe? We'll see. We'll see. Some kind of airship minigame? Some other kind of battle? Let's take a look. Ooh, you get a whole paratrooper escort of outriders. Of light interceptors. It's going to take us all the way to the mountain. And... okay, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, airship physics, let's not think too hard about it. They tell me it's the most powerful and least efficient vehicle ever produced. Lord Bowser, enemy spotted right ahead. Okay, so maybe this is a shoot 'em up segment. Or some... oh, it's gonna be basically like Paper Plane Star Fox. Kind of like how Star Fox actually did have paper planes if you went through that secret asteroid route in the original game. So yeah, I love the pipe cannons. Or, I mean, they're just cannons, but they were rimmed to resemble pipes. So we're going to have the paper plane R-wings here. Paper plane interceptors. That the R-wings actually shot at in the Star Fox secret level. I don't remember the name of the Star Fox secret level off the top of my head, but it was something like Edge of the Universe or something like that. Something of that flavor. Where... okay, didn't even scratch the paint. Okay, they don't know when to quit. Yeah, that's right. No, I remember now about the conversation earlier about crashing castle. Okay, so 2 ways to do this. You're going to use motion controls or the left stick. Easily motion controls. I can't stand stick aiming. Okay. Hopefully we're able to do it. Here's how it works. Tilt the Joy-Cons to aim. Press A to blast your enemies. It's that simple. Don't even think about accessing the menu right now. Light them up. Yeah, motion for sure. Oh, and you get to fire bombs. And you get 5 hearts. Yeah, very snappy. Yeah, I couldn't imagine trying to do this with a stick, by the way. I'm absolutely horrid at any kind of stick aiming, and I can't stand it. But motion I can do. Oh, sorry. Sorry about that, Kamek. Hey, Fox, watch it. Just, Kamek, you know, scolding me for the friendly fire, and it just like every time I shot down Falco. Oh, here we see a rather larger craft in the Armada. Okay. 2 shots on these guys. And, oh. These light interceptors. Going down here. Don't really need the heart replenishment. Okay. Bogey on his tail. Let's, just fire away. It's funny because, you know, you're doing this little minigame heading towards the mountain. It's, like... I never knew that Paper Mario would be such a close cousin to Bayonetta 2. But this is very much the Bayonetta 2 moment of Origami King. And that, in its own way, was a very obvious Star Fox reference that you could, in fact, play with Star Fox costumes and the R-Wings. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. There we go. Oh, and by the way, despite the instructions telling you that you can use A to fire, you can, in fact, use the trigger to fire. I only started to try it just now, and it's much more comfortable with the way I'm holding the Joy-Cons. That I can just squeeze the trigger. And it does, in fact, work as an alternate control scheme. Okay. Taking a hit there from these kamikaze planes. Get some replenishment. And yeah. So now we know why all the bobbies boarded the boat. That's very true. Look down there. Okay, so we're going to have the boss ship. Alright. Let's see this. Doesn't have a boss health bar, though. I think Bobby just needs to flip some of those wings. Oh, it's going to fly away. And I'm gonna have to take out some of the stragglers in the meantime. Okay, lead the target a little bit better than we've been doing. Yeah. No, not really getting very many direct hits over there. Just have to cover my flank a little bit, and it came from behind. Let's just take out some of this. Just make some space. It's too bad we couldn't do it with a full 5 hearts, but I think that should disable it. Almost. To finish it off. Gonna tail this guy, and there we go. Yeah, the sense of an adventure and a sense of, like... I think a lot of that sense of adventure, Reeboks, now that you mention it, just comes from the sheer amount of variety. That there is so much change along the way, and that the journey has a sense of scale because of it, because there's so much to distinguish each area from the next, and yet in a way that makes it feel very continuous, that you have been involved in one long journey. Particularly with the, you know, the very memorable way in which, you know, the bosses, for instance, are related to each other. That you have, like, this developmental subplot. You have the office supplies subplot of how, you know, King Ollie actually manufactured the Origami army. And you just have so many threads that you pursue via the gameplay. I love how the airship actually did heavy lifting. And yeah, I do think that's... Oh, here we go. Okay, we're just gonna get rammed. So much for this airship. That's Imperial Paper Destroyer. Yeah. Well, Markmaster, it's good to know that it is something that feels doable with a stick. I just have a very severe aversion to stick aiming. I just really dislike it in most cases. So, I mean, obviously, I got through it in classic Star Fox and such, but even so, like I'm apparently the person who really enjoyed the motion controls in Star Fox Zero. Let me put it that way. And it's true that, you know, even with most things like gyro aiming in shooters and so on, I don't play very many shooters, but one of the reasons I don't play many shooters is that, like, I can do keyboard and mouse, I can do gyro, I really can't do stick aiming. But anyway, the world's on fire. That's important to know. Crash into the volcano, so you would have to work your way through the volcano in order to get up to the castle. He's got something to show me, okay. Seems we'll have to proceed on foot. So we do have an autosave here. Like I said, we'll be proceeding a little bit. I won't be staying with the game all the way to the end, obviously, but we're not really at a natural resting place yet. Oh, whoops. I want to hot-foot it. Game over. Yeah, that was a mistake. I am glad it auto-saved right there, because I actually just wanted to hop over to the coin. And yeah, the only game overs I've had, as I've been saying, are all cutscene based. I'm not trying to fall in there, I'm trying to jump over to the coin. There we go. You see? Wasn't that worth it? That was so worth it. And okay, so we can move our way up. What's this? Oh, that's just our... Yeah, I see. And what's going on over here? I guess we just make our way over the deck. And what's going on here? I see. Yeah, when you saw Junior without the car, you still can't believe they showed almost everything in the trailers. Yeah, you see, that's why I feel like I did the clever thing by not watching the trailers. I mean, I knew I was going to play this, right? I was not really on the fence, despite the, you know, kind of controversial reception of the Paper Mario series in recent installments. What was I doing? I wasn't paying attention. Bowser wanted me to join him upstairs. I walked over here. I got that. I needed to be careful about fire. Was there a way forward? No, okay. Is there a way over here? No. And was there a way up? Seems like what? Hang on. I actually did not mean to grab the hint, but... Oh wait, no, we just breathed it while it. And master the mast. Let's... Okay. That's quite a lot of dispensation. What are we going to do? Let them burn. Let them burn. Ah, that works too. Yeah, we'll get to a more natural stopping point. I don't think we're at that yet. I'll try to do a little more in this segment. And they're going to start chasing me. Okay, okay. Chase segment. Yeah, it'll be interesting after I finish the game to watch some of the trailers afterwards to see how much they actually showed off. But I mean, you know, there's only so much you can do to forestall any doubts about where Paper Mario was going as a series. Like, if you're restricting yourself to typical embargo material and only showing World 1, like, World 1 is not that impressive, right? And okay, I do want to lead this guy over here, right? Run on, run over, run over. There we go. And have a bit of a heart stop. Oh, he got run over. Kamek! No! Got a little platforming segment here. Whoops. Let's maybe play this slightly better than we've been playing Mario Maker lately. Okay. Stay safe, Junior. Come back home later. Don't drink and drive. Don't do drugs. Remember to come back by 11. Okay. Now, Folded Bowser is not happy about this. Folded Bowser is going to unfold the fullness of his rage. Okay, thank you, Folded Bowser. So, Kamek and Junior kind of got squished. I saw what happened. They can both take care of themselves. Actually, you know, I admire Bowser's confidence as a father. Not to get too deep into my parenting philosophy, but you have to let kids take chances. Letting his kid drive the clown car without proper training and, you know, getting snipped apart by scissors and all that. Armor cannon's still intact. Excellent. Didn't we just almost do that in the sudden death round of Shy Guys finished last? Anyway. Load in. Let's fire. Up we go. Bowser's pretty consistently great in most of Paper Mario. Actually, I think one of the things that sort of distinguished Sticker Star as not quite up to par was that Bowser just kind of got shortchanged, from what I remember. I mean, I don't remember much about that, but... You know, like... Bowser's personality, I think, has always been just a staple of Paper Mario specifically. And that's where we've gotten the best sense of him as a character, even relative to the other RPG series, I would say. Did we not see pipe number 6? Pipe number 6? Yeah, okay, let's tear off the ribbon for pipe number 6. I'm not going to enter the castle. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to scan around a little bit. Poke around outside the castle grounds, and then likely I will head back to Toad Town through Pipe 6 and stop there. But let me just poke around a little bit first then. See if there's anything to... Yeah? It's not. We do have all accessories at this point. I don't know if there's anything specifically that we would want to go back for, but pipes are my thing. Not so much Bowser's thing. And yeah, it's really nice to have, you know, a real commitment to what Bowser is supposed to sort of feel like in a Paper Mario context, as somebody who's your rival and your nemesis, but who kind of has his own agenda and personality, and which only sometimes conflicts with yours. Okay. So this will pretty much be as far as I go with this session. Thank you once again, especially to those of you who stayed around for the disconnections. We had 2 of them earlier that were kind of worrying from a technical perspective, because I do think we had some kind of power-related issue. And yeah, those of you who are new here, who came in with one of the raids or just came in out of interest in Paper Mario, like Markmaster, it's been great to have you around. Meantime, let's kind of take a look at what kind of percentages we've been racking up. There've been so many zones. Yep, Bowser's Castle. We had some things left to do there. Lots of things left to do. Even in a previous segment, I didn't quite comb over a lot of this stuff, but there were some islands that we clearly didn't really play around with that much. Didn't really finish the Great Sea treasure hunt or island hunt by any means. But that's kind of what we're looking at the moment. We have 350 toads. And yeah, doing well so far. Looks like maybe the final segment of the story is something that I will be able to do in the next sitting. At Reeboks, we actually found Diamond Island ahead of schedule. I didn't finish filling out all 4 spots of the clues in the sheet that Olivia keeps with her, and I actually just sort of inferred, you know, I bet Diamond Island is just the one that's in the middle of the diamond, and we found it early, which I was very pleased that the game let me do that, given that I think there were occasions when the game was a little bit too strict about forcing me down a narrow path. So, you know, every little pocket of freedom like that to just reward me for reasoning is always fun. But yeah, in the meantime, that's going to pretty much it for Paper Mario this stream. Before I log off, let me just kind of go over what plans will be during this week. This time slot that we've been running, which is kind of very late night NA and morning EU and kind of evening Australia, I guess. Like, that's been our regular Paper Mario slot. I have not been doing it absolutely every day, and I will not likely be doing it tomorrow. But it is going to return later in the week, so if you're already following the stream, you're likely to see it come back probably in 2 or 3 days. We'll determine that more specifically, but I'm thinking in 2 days from this block is likely when we will finish the game. In the meantime, midweek, we are still doing a fair bit of Mario Maker. We had actually, well, we've been covering the 4 years of Mario Maker project quite regularly, and as you can see, I actually just had a new level release yesterday. And one of the things I'm hoping to do this week is to do a behind-the-scenes backstage tour of the level I created, along with playing the other ones that have been made this week. So that's going to be what's happening on the Mario Maker side. But for Paper Mario, which is why most of you currently are here, we'll be hopefully wrapping it up in 2 days, and then we'll kind of determine from there what our streaming plans will be for this game when it comes to any post-game content. So, for the time being, thank you so much for watching, and thank you for all the time and attention that you've lavished on my stream today. We'll hopefully not have a return of some of the disconnection problems that we had earlier, and everything will hopefully remain shipshape for the last segment. In the meantime, I am going to scan around for a raid target. I typically do find somebody who is doing Mario Maker, but I might search the Paper Mario list as well. I might look around to see who's interesting among those I follow. And that will be all for me, however. Stick around for a minute if you want to join in the raid. But from my end, I will bid you a very good day. And we'll catch you next time. Thank you for joining me.